welcome to Stay Home, Stay Creative with Artists Creating Together. My name is Annalise and I'm a teaching artist with ACT. Today we are going to be using toilet paper rolls to make flowers. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can do this craft at home, and hopefully you'll have everything that you need. The first thing that you need is a toilet paper or paper towel roll. The next thing that you might want is some sort of other lightweight cardboard recyclable, like a mac and cheese box or like this box from some tea that I had. Then you're going to need something sticky to hold it together and scissors. Once you've got your stuff, have a seat and get your space ready. I like to fold my rolls so that they have two nice points on the end to make the petals. Then you take your scissors and you cut strips off of those rolls to make your petals. You can cut them as thick or as thin as you would like to, whatever feels right. And you can cut as many as you want, depending on how many flowers you want and how many petals you want them to have. The first way I'm going to show you is using tacky glue and a paintbrush to put your flowers together. I cut this little circle out of some lightweight cardboard, and then I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm just going to smudge some glue onto the edge of that there. Then I'm going to take one of my petals and I'm going to put some glue on the edge of the petal. Now we want glue on the backdrop and on the petal just to make sure that everything stays together like we want it to. So once you have your glue on your petal and your glue on your background, you can go ahead and press them together. And steadily, you'll start to fill in your flower. Now, I've made a few flowers and they all kind of have different amounts of petals. This one has 6, this one just has 5, and this one has 8. So you can use as many petals as you want to make your flower. The next way I'm going to show you to put them together is using tape. So you're going to want to take a piece of tape about as long as your thumb. Tear that off and take 2 petal pieces. Pinch them together at their ends like this. And then you're going to wrap the tape around the spot where those 2 petal pieces are touching. There you can see the tape that I have around them, and they'll stick together. So that, once again, take a piece of tape about as long as your thumb, pinch your petal pieces together, and then tape around that pinched spot where those 2 petal pieces are touching, and that will hold your flowers together. And you just keep going until you have as many petals as you want on your flower, which could be 8, could be 5, it could be just 3, however many petals you want. Then maybe you want to add some color to your flower. You can use markers, you can use paint, you can use crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have around and whatever feels fun to you. I used some paint on a sponge brush to fill in my flower petals and help make them a more fun color. All right, so we've talked about a few different ways to do this project. You can use glue, you can use tape, you can add paint, you can add color. The number one thing is that you are creative and have fun. So until we see you again, stay home and stay creative.